This the story of crypto blood and truth blitz. Ask them a cliff high what the truth is. They was just talking about the blockchain. That's when they heard Janet yelling and the cops came. They said give me all your Bitcoin and lock aim. Then Jamie Dimon showed up and the shots rained. So they hopped in the Lambo and took off fast. Welcome to the Block Party Podcast.
It's very, I hate it. I really hate it.
Before we segue into the next topic, Nick, I want to bring up a point. I saw this as well, Gregory, about the ECB looking to slow down on their bond purchasing. What is that about? How that doesn't sound right.
They can say whatever they want to say.
I can't see them doing that. I don't even see them doing that.
No. Because they can't. They can say what they want, and I think they do this because they need to maintain some kind of illusion that this is all real, that they have control, that, we could just, anytime we want to, we can stop buying assets. I mean, they're out there buying corporate debt too. Most people don't even know that.
Correct.
They're buying everything in sight here just to keep everything propped up. When they are ready, whenever that might be, that's when this whole thing is going to correct here. I think they've all learned from the past here how to, and again, don't take my word for what I'm about to say. Just look at past events here. These are cycles that run every certain amount of years. This one's the biggest of them all. So at one point, they're going to, whatever it might be, whether it's going to be an event that triggers it or it's going to be an engineered event where this whole thing corrects to a fair value. I don't look at it as a collapse at all. I think these markets just want to do their one and only job. And I'm talking about and that is to determine fair value.
Yeah.
So we're going to get it at one point here. And there's just going to be a wave of wealth moving from one group of people to another through this mechanism of, again, bonds selling off, stocks selling off, cash just looking for places to go. Maybe if Wall Street keeps their hands off of cryptos, maybe some of it will end up over there. But I don't know. I'm not very, like you said, I'm not very hopeful anymore that they are. Every day, and I hear it, and I watch this confederacy of dunces, that's what I call them, through CNBCs and the Bloomberg. And I hear this kind of talk about regulation and stuff.
Yeah.
I just sit there and I want to just, pull off into a bag. Terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it is coming. I mean, they're constantly with the SEC. They're always talking about, how they're going to regulate this. So it is coming, unfortunately. I don't think there's any stopping it. I wish that wasn't the case. And you kind of already answered a question that I was going to kind of ask, which was, when we see money move into other assets, do you think that we will see money move into cryptos? However, really, obviously, this is going to be highly manipulated. So do you see us seeing other big run-ups in these markets like we saw late last year, beginning of this year? And then obviously it'll come back down. But do you think we will see other big run-ups in this market again?
I'd like to. I don't see it happening right now at all. I was able to kind of really time the last run-up with Bitcoin pretty well, only because things just seemed like, to me, like they were ripe to make a move like that. And but then, like I said, look, we have to accept the fact, unfortunately, now that Wall Street, there's a reason, and I want people to think about what I'm about to say. There is a reason why Bitcoin was the first crypto here to start trading in the futures exchanges, because again, it's kind of like the grandfather of all of these things.
Right.
So although it doesn't transact as fast as some others do, and maybe some others that are out there should actually be valued much, much higher than even Bitcoin is right now.
Absolutely.
Because of the way it's set up right now and the fact that Wall Street's got their ugly hands on it, I don't know.
And Greg, I've been on my channel for some time now, at least 6 or 7 months, complaining about and really wanting the community to somehow get together and stop allowing Bitcoin to be the index for cryptos. If Bitcoin goes up, then the altcoins will move with it. If Bitcoin goes down, then the altcoins will move with it. Like, there are many projects blockchain projects, tokens that have nothing to do with Bitcoin, but yet they suffer because Bitcoin goes lower. And so
very good projects.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
You want to know what I think people should do? I'm going to tell you right now. I think everyone that's holding a Bitcoin, everybody, including me, should dump it and go put it into something else. And then we're going to see what Wall Street does.
Right.
Then they're going to be sitting there sucking their thumbs, wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this is not the only game in town. It's insane.
It is.
So you know, people just, that's one way, but it would take so much effort to get, let's say, people around the world to say, you know what, screw you, we're going to dump this thing and we're going to start putting it into something else. I mean, if there were a way to ban crypto people together, put it into something else, we'll eat Wall Street's lunch. We could do it, but it would just take an enormous effort. And I don't think people have the guts to do it.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. I really don't. You know, I used to be pretty confident that, you know, I mean, there's a lot of hope. People are always talking about, oh, when the big money comes in, and I don't know. The more time that goes on, it just kind of, I'm getting less hopeful. Let's put it that way.
You know, I can hear it in your voice. I'm in the same boat. A lot of people I talk to that are into cryptos are in the same boat too. A lot of people that I know they're into cryptos are actually dumping it as well. They're like, you know what? I'm going to look for something else to put cash into right now. Because right now, I mean, if you want to think about it, and I know I'm going to take heat for what I'm about to say, it's almost dead money. It's not doing anything yet. It's just sitting there, you know, mulling around, moving 1% up, 1% down. How are we, you know, capitalizing on any of this? It's a sad situation to be in there. I don't want my money to sit there dead. I want it to do something.
Right.
So,
yeah, and my suggestion to people out there is to start doing your due diligence and looking at these projects that are that actually have a need for their token. You know, it's just not a speculative play. Where you're looking for it to go up or down if you're more sophisticated, but look for projects that actually have a utility for their token, therefore a demand for their token. So then that way there may be some appreciation in the value of those assets. But yeah, it's the main one, Bitcoin. I don't know, man. I think it's been hijacked. It becomes more and more clear to me every day. And not hijacked per se from the Wall Street guys, because I personally, Greg, I know you said you believe the futures are really manipulating. I don't see the volume there just yet. I think those futures were definitely placed there for that very thing, to manipulate it in the coming future, like heavily. But I think it's been manipulated by the people inside that don't really want it to be a currency. They want it to be, I guess, digital gold. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird to me.
It is weird. And, you know, it'll evolve. It'll evolve like everything else over time. And who knows? Maybe this whole thing will turn around. Maybe there'll be some other thing that'll come out that'll have a more utility, like you were just addressing here, instead of just somewhere to just park your cash for a little while. I don't know. I mean, I'm in the same kind of boat here. I feel at least with I own gold, I own silver, I own platinum, I own palladium as well. With those assets too, to watch what's going on with these things. I don't even think people understand that at the COMEX right now, for every ounce of gold, I think there's over 500 people who think they own the same ounce. Same thing with regard to silver. I mean, this.
What is it called? Rehypothecation? Is that what it is?
It's called some crazy. It's not. I don't even know how this is legal. I urge people, look up the London Gold Fix. These assets, they have no price discovery mechanism. The price is rigged in our face, and then we got to listen to the Confederacy of dunces tell us, oh, you know what, gold finished higher today. I don't care, because it's not real. There's no price discovery here at all. Zero. But that's okay too. It's all part of the game that we're in. And I think that's also what's going on. They don't want people in cryptocurrencies. They don't want people in gold or silver.
Right.
They want you in one place that is, well, a couple. They want you in the dollar, which is a dying asset. They want you holding debt, well, and I don't mean buying a bond. I mean they want people as debt slaves.
Right? Yeah. Right.
Period. They, as a matter of fact, talking about CNBC, they were talking about how today consumer debt has dropped over the past couple of months. The market didn't like that. I think that's another reason why stocks sold off today here. They want people to continually borrow, work harder, become a slave to your card. Imagine if we had a wealth-based system, how amazing that would be. No. But people, they're so brainwashed. They can't think outside the box. They can't walk and chew gum at the same time. It's very sad.
Right.
True. But this is how people run their lives. And that's why, again, people are going to get caught on the wrong side of this whole thing when it comes down. They're going to realize right now they feel wealthy because their houses are going through the roof. They feel wealthy because their 401k plans are doing really well. Well, what's going to happen when the cycle ends?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be walking. You see this window here? Mm-hmm. They're going to be walking outside on my street like zombies. That's the truth, wondering, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So what is your take? And this is not financial advice that Gregory is giving, but for you, how do you allocate your portfolio as far as cryptos, precious metals, bonds, stocks? How are you weighted in your portfolio for people to kind of understand?
Absolutely. I do not own debt. I think anyone who's holding, well, I can't say all debt, but I don't personally hold debt. I don't like it as an asset. I don't like debt as an asset.
No, you're saying bonds, right?
Bonds.
You're referring to bonds
or like corporate debt, or
okay.
I just like I don't like anything that's linked to it. I just don't, for whatever reason. I have large holdings in metals. Okay. I don't even think about what the price action might be. I have a good amount of cryptocurrencies as well as of now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you something. Every day I toy with the fact that whether I want to even be in this space anymore. It's really the truth here. For now, it doesn't mean if I were to, let's say, put cash to work, trading derivatives, which is what I do. I trade equity derivatives, and I'm very comfortable doing that. Put money to work there, take some cash out of here, move it over here for a little bit, play with it. And then if I see things turn around, I'll look for other opportunities. I think we got to, always look for the next opportunity, or think about what the next opportunity can be.
Right.
Try to stay ahead of that curve there.
Mm-hmm.
With regard to owning a stock, there's nothing wrong with holding some tech companies. I do own some tech companies. As a matter of fact, I own Apple stock. I own Microsoft. I own Facebook. My goodness, I own Google. As a matter of fact, I do own some stock, but
so you got the fangs, right?
I got the fangs in there. I think that tech is going to lead for a little while. I think financials right now are also going to start leading this market moving forward, especially if we get a rate hike this month, which I think we're going to get. So there's opportunity there as well. But for me, it's more moving cash around.
Gotcha.
I want to put it into an equity. I want to get it out of there and then put some cash to work in other things. I also think people need to be in other assets as well. I have a vintage guitar collection. I have some vintage weapons that I like to collect too. Mm-hmm. So you got to be into other assets. You can't just be in any one thing. You have to be diversified.
Right.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking about offloading some of my crypto and buying land.
Because they're not making any more of it. I guess
not.
Point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You mentioned the COMEX and what's been going on there for a while now. And precious metals. Do you ever see us breaking out of that, out of the manipulation and the suppression?
Yeah. I do see that at one point. I think at one time when people actually demand delivery for this stuff, that's when it's going to come. It's also this too. There's the other reason why I believe, and I've been saying this for a long time, that we're seeing the price action of gold and silver and the other metals too be suppressed. People are hoarding this stuff. Countries are hoarding it. Governments, the richest people on this planet are hoarding this stuff because they're not stupid. These people understand that the environment we're in is like fantasy land. It's some abstraction. It really is. And it's going to change, as it always does. for the trolls out here. They have to understand that the markets and everything with them runs in cycles. But this one here, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this before.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a sense that, you know, things, you could just kind of feel it, you know what I mean? You see signs, and you can kind of tell, and you know, 2007 and 8 is still kind of fresh on my mind. So
yeah, it's not that long ago, but people forget.
Right.
I mentioned the .com bubble to people, and they think I'm talking for like, what are you talking about? They have no clue. It's not that long ago. I mean, look, I'm a lot older than most people. I think that, but that follow this stuff, maybe, I don't know, but I remember that stuff. And I was a kid, and I remember all that stuff. And then, my God, do I remember 2008? Hell yeah, I remember 2008. But we're reliving it. You know, people don't remember what they were saying at the top of the last bubble. Oh, our economy is booming. Housing is going only one way. Stocks are going to double in price. All the same things that we're hearing now. Mm-hmm. All of it. Mm-hmm. It's unbelievable. You get tape recorder or whatever you want to use these days and play back. It's incredible. It's the same thing. It's always the same. And that's the other thing. People think this time is different. Really? Why?
Right.
All the parameters are the same. So why is this time different? Oh, I don't know, because central banks can keep doing what they're doing forever. No, they can't do it. If they continue to buy the debt like they're doing here, they dilute the currency. The currency will continue to lose value. Our cost of living is going to continue to rise. Mm-hmm. It's happening everywhere, but people are blind to it. They fist feed us every day that, oh, there's no inflation. Really? Huh? Do you buy food? Do you go shopping? I think there is inflation. They just don't want you to know that it's there. Otherwise, the Fed would have to be raising rates more aggressively, for which they don't want to do. But they have to. They have to do it this month to maintain the illusion that it's real.
Right, right.
Yeah, if you're really paying attention, you can see the prices going up everywhere. You have to be paying attention. You know, like you said, the grocery store, gas, you know, everything, it's going up.
Well, that's the thing. They do it in a way with inflation so that people don't see it. They think that they're just not making enough money. They think that they need to make more money. And no, that's not the case. People don't need to make more money. It's just that the money that they're making is worth less every day. Mm-hmm.
People have no conception of that.
Yeah.
If you were to tell 8 out of 10 people what you just said, they would think that you are insane. People believe that the dollar value is constant. They don't understand that it's not a constant. It's falling. It's been falling for decades. We continue to lose purchasing power, and it's not going to stop. It cannot stop because that's the nature of the beast. We have to continue to borrow into oblivion, print cash out of thin air, or better yet, add it to a digital screen. Mm-hmm. It will never stop, unfortunately, until we hit a wall. And maybe there'll be something new. And if there is, I can promise you that too, it's not going to be in our favor. That's why. To be in other assets. And that's why I thought for a little while at least that cryptocurrencies were going to be kind of like an avenue where people can preserve and grow their wealth. But we'll see. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it won't. We'll see.
I think I think it will. I still have faith in crypto in general. But yeah, there's some things that need to change within the community, as we discussed earlier in the video. Mm-hmm. But go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, you know, on the topic of the dollar, you know, we went from the gold standard in the 70s to, you know, the petrodollar, and now we see this petro yuan. Do you think that is going to do you think that's going to bring on the death of the petrodollar?
I think if they try to seriously, if anything, were to challenge the dollar hegemony, it would lead to war.
Yeah, right? Absolutely.
I mean, we've fought wars here to establish the dollar as the world reserve currency here. The entire Vietnam War was fought for that reason, to establish a petrodollar, which would vault the dollar into the world's reserve currency. I mean, it's no secret. You know, of course, the history books will tell us a completely different story, but that's a fact. Anyone that's got, you know, a little bit of understanding as to how this whole thing works, we'll see how ugly it really is underneath it all. Look, we've given up our freedom in many ways to private companies. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express.
Right.
People don't know that. They have no clue. They think it's a part of the government. It is not a part of the government. It's but again, this is another conversation that if you were to have with the average guy outside my window here or girl, they would have not even the slightest clue. It's a sad situation. It really is.
Yeah.
Well, Gregory Mannarino, we appreciate you coming on traderschoice.net. You can check him out there. He's also on Twitter at Greg Mannarino, and of course on YouTube. That's where I've known him from for the longest. Again, man, thank you for coming on. And I'll actually be in Vegas on Halloween for the World CryptoCon, so maybe we can link up.
We will link up
out there.
Yeah, shoot me an email and put it in bold letters. I get so much email, it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to get together.
All right, sounds good. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks a lot, Greg.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
They was just talking about the blockchain. That's when they heard Janet yelling and the cops came. They said, give me all your Bitcoin and lock aim. Then Jamie Dimon showed up and the shots rained. So they hopped in the Lambo and took off fast. Welcome to the Block Party Podcast.